Point, click, buy, text. The Cyber Monday shopping rush expected to be the biggest one on record. A new report, though, calling for nearly $8 billion in sales today. But get this, a lot of online shoppers are finding a new sales tax on the gifts. This coming after a Supreme Court decision allowing states to charge more sales tax for online shopping. So will that stop younger shoppers from buying? Let's ask Mattie Duppler from the National Taxpayer Union, Christina Partsinevelos from FBN, and Hadley Heath Manning from the Independent Women's Forum. Mattie, let me start with you. What do you think? We supposedly will set a record today, but a lot of people are going to be shocked when they see those taxes.
Well, Charles, the one thing we know about this holiday shopping season is there's no more Black Friday. It's now Black Friday month for some people. We saw some of these deals starting in early November, and they travel into this day today and probably into the Christmas season, now that Cyber Monday is probably going to take up the rest of the holiday shopping season. But you're right, there's a change in the way online commerce is being done, and that's because of a Supreme Court decision earlier this year. Now, I have said for some time that the Supreme Court got it wrong when it said that states are able to charge taxes to people who are not living in those states, but it's certainly showing up in holiday spending. Now, the good news is that, of course, because the economy is humming along, consumers have more money in their pocket to spend, and we're seeing that both in the data on Black Friday and Cyber Monday, and for the Thanksgiving itself. A lot of shopping was happening from people's couches right after that turkey meal. We see a lot more spending. I don't think Americans right now are taking into account the sales tax effect of their shopping for the Christmas season, but it certainly is going to pack a punch and is different from years past.
Christina?
I completely agree. I don't think anybody really is paying attention to the increase in the sales tax. You have people that are shopping and are going to do so. I've spoken to people that said it's a ritual for their Thanksgiving weekend to go stand and wait in line. And so that's the issue, the fact that many of these deals actually even start the day before. You had Best Buy, their deals started on Thursday as of 5 p.m. Yesterday, I was browsing websites to see were there any Cyber Monday deals already out, and there are. So how are you creating a specific day when all of these deals are coming out the night before or a few days before or a week before? We're creating this culture where society, Americans as a whole, are waiting to get that deal. So they're not buying on the off season. They're only buying because they know the items will go on sale. And I can speak just from my own experience. I purposely wait for Boxing Day or Black Friday times to buy a lot of my, let's say, apparel or appliances because I know it's going to go on sale.
Hadley, you know, the controversy or the debate, though, about these state sales taxes went on for a long time. And we were told initially that implementing them would stop the internet from flourishing in this country. Do you think that that is proven not to be true, or is it too early to tell?
Well, first of all, no tax increase is a good tax increase. Certainly people will be bummed to see that extra line item of sales tax if they live in one of the nearly 30 states that is implementing a new sales tax broadened in the wake of South Dakota versus Wayfair. But these states are doing so. You know, in the case of South Dakota, they have no income tax, so they're looking for more sales tax revenue. And the truth of the matter is the market has shifted towards e-commerce, many more people buying things online, doing so not just to avoid sales taxes, but also for reasons like convenience. I do a lot of online shopping because I like to have the 2-day shipping at my door rather than putting my 2 little ones in their car seats to go to a brick and mortar shop. So this won't, I don't think, be the end of internet shopping, but certainly nobody likes a tax increase, and the state governments here are acting a little bit like the Grinch, but it's still going to be a happy holiday season due to tax cuts and bigger wages for Americans.
Happy holiday season, although a different twist by some people watching all of this. Take, for instance, a tweet from Bette Midler who says, "And how was your Black Friday? No injuries, I hope. It's incredible that we have to fight over stuff. If there were a decent minimum wage or if workers were treated fairly and got a tiny portion of their kinds of salaries and bonuses CEOs pay themselves, we wouldn't." So, Mattie, if you got a small raise, maybe we wouldn't see these crazy scenes on Black Friday?
Oh, man, Charles, I know it's a favorite pastime for most partisans to ascribe behavior they don't like to the political aims that they hope to achieve. But, you know, here's the thing. Even if you give Bette Midler the causality that she's alleging here, she gets it completely wrong. Because what we've seen is Black Friday, Cyber Monday, a lot of shopping continuing to keep pace as the economy grows. And what we haven't seen over the past 10 years years or so is Americans getting a wage increase. As Hadley just mentioned, this is really the first year where Americans are earning more and they're getting paid more for the work that they're doing. That means there's more money in their pockets. And thanks to the tax cut, the typical family got over $2,000 back from their tax bill this year. So Americans are better off than they've ever been before. I don't think they're going to the mats on Black Friday as a result of whatever the public policy situation is that Bette Midler has fantasized about in her head.
You know, though, Hadley, I will say, though, I do believe that there's this sort of anti-capitalism groundswell that's growing. And, you know, every time someone talks about it or tweets about it like this, I think it gets even louder when people say, okay, corporate America, $2 trillion in profit in a 3-month period. I want a piece of the action. I think it's really going to be important that people start to get more raises, or maybe we could see something monumental happen with respect to who we elect in national office.
Yeah, you know, I think Bette Midler and others who speak up in favor of increasing the federal minimum wage or state-based minimum wages are trying to signal their concern for many Americans who have trouble making ends meet. But in the category of things that are too good to be true would be, you know, alleviating poverty through a higher minimum wage. It's just not that simple. You know, we want all American families to be able to make ends meet, and even more than that, we want them to be able to buy all the Christmas gifts that they want to buy for one another. But raising the minimum wage, you know, we have to keep in mind the real minimum wage is always zero, because that's what you earn when you don't have the opportunity to work. And increasing government price floors on labor means fewer people have that opportunity.
All right, ladies, we got to leave it there. Thank you all very, very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, migrants storming the border, border agents fighting back, and the political fallout.